Hi, my name is Aidan McPartlin. I am a first year at Central Michigan University. I'm 19 and I am applying for the Mary Free Bed Scholarship. Why are you choosing your current education journey and what are your career goals after graduation? Currently, I am studying film. I've been obsessed with film and television for a very, very long time. I'm very passionate about it. I write a lot. I write a lot of scripts for TV shows and movies. And I realized post the car accident that made me a quadriplegic, I started to look back on my scripts and realized that I had no characters with a disability in them. And that started to make me realize that there's not a lot of representation for people with disabilities in movies and television. And I really hope to use my education to create these shows and movies to have representation of people with disabilities. Because if you look at any, really any movie or television show, there's no character with a disability in them. And I really hope that I will be able to change that, or at least start spreading the word around the representation of people with disabilities in the media. What are you most proud of about yourself and why? I am most proud of how far I've come since my accident. After my accident, I was incredibly weak. I could not sit up on my own. I could barely move my arms. I couldn't move my hands at all. And I couldn't even really eat or breathe very well. But thankfully, through Mary Free Bed, I was able to regain my strength and actually be able to be a normal kid for once. Rather, a normal young adult, considering the fact I am 19. But that's besides the point. I am so proud of how far I have come because of this, and I am very, very glad on what Mary Free Bed has done for me, and I will never take it for granted. Mary Free Bed's values are based on restoring hope and freedom. Describe what this means to you. I think it means that Mary Free Bed completely understands that if you're at Mary Free Bed, it can be a kind of scary spot to be at. You've been through something traumatic and your life won't be the same again. It's very scary. I've been there before. I was scared out of my mind when I first got into Mary Free Bed, but what they did so well was making me believe that I could go back to my normal life. They never stopped and told me that there are some complications. They were always like, if you believe that you can do this, you absolutely can. Mary Free Bed wants patients to feel like they can go back to their normal lives, and I think they do this very, very well, and I'm so happy that I went to Mary Free Bed. Why is it important to stay active in your community? What events/activities are you involved with? I think that if you don't stay active in your community, people will end up kind of forgetting about you, and they won't remember you. If they don't remember you, then they forget about you, and if they forget about you, they don't want to help you. I live in a very small town called Marshall, Michigan, and if you would believe it, this is not a very accessible town. The downtown only has like 4 handicap spots. We actually created a fund to try an all access fund to try to make the town a little bit more accessible. We've raised over $5,000 so far, so it's looking pretty good. We're hoping to get more handicap parking spots. We're hoping to maybe even get automatic doors for buildings, adult changing tables. It is a very exciting thing to be a part of, and I do hope that I can continue being at the forefront of people's minds when it comes to the accessibility of our town. Why should you be awarded the Mary Free Bed Scholarship? Think, I truly do believe that I can change something. Maybe that's just naive of me to say, but I truly do think that if I was given the scholarship, I will use that money for my education as much as I possibly can, and I will use it to the best advantages as I possibly can to get to where I want to go, which is making movies and television about people with disabilities. That is my main goal, and I really do believe that I can do that. And I truly do believe that I'm good enough to do that. And now for the final question. If you received the Mary Free Bed Scholarship in the past, tell us how the scholarship has impacted your educational experience. Being disabled is very tough. It is exhausting, it is scary sometimes, and it is very, very expensive. I need a lot of things that cost a lot of money, whether it's medication, whether it's just simple tools and equipment that I need in order to be as independent as I possibly can. I need those, and they cost a lot of money, and insurance is very tough. So a lot of times I'm not able to actually get the things that I need from insurance so that they can be quote unquote free. So I've had to pay for it on my own, and it has gotten to the point where my parents are starting to eat into their savings to get me these things. Therefore, since my act, it's like it's tough. It's just really tough. It's tiring, and it is exhausting all the time. My parents have, like I said, spent so much money on me, whether it's equipment, whether it's adaptable clothing. It's a lot. They have done a lot to help me, and they've not had the ability to help me with my educational endeavors, I guess. It's tough to see sometimes because they do a lot, but what they do, unfortunately, a lot of the times is not enough, and I have to do my part, which I'm more than happy to do. It's just that I can't really do too much. I really want to go to college, and I need to be able to afford to go to college, and the scholarship in the last year has made it possible for me to go to Central online. And I think it would be even more helpful this year because I am going on campus, which means I have to spend even more money. I have to spend money on a room and board. It's going to be a lot that I'm going to have to do, and it's going to be a big change, not only for me, but for my family in terms of how much money we're going to have to spend. And I really think that this scholarship will help. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Thank you.